Hey guys, welcome. Welcome YouTube family. Welcome all of those watching. All right. Welcome to everything that's going on. All right, guys, welcome. Welcome to our live session today. All right. So without taking any time, let's have a look at what's going on. So first things first, let's have a look at the recap here. So those of you with me with me live, let's have a look at what we had going on here. So on the 15-minute, so from the shout that I gave you guys, I hope you caught your weekend gains. If you look into today is Sunday till Monday, you can see you have an absolute killer of a move. Now I laid out this order block for you on the 15-minute, all the way back here on the 21st, and also alluded to on the 20th. So what have we had so far? So if I go right to where we are now, all right, I'm going to use a fresh chart here to explain this. So this is the structure of what we're looking for in the price. And as you can see, we have some interesting price action movements here. So first thing, remember, the price of charts always come up as a story, guys. So we're looking at the story of the price and what goes on with it. All right. So when we look at what we've had here with Bitcoin, all right, on around the 8th to the 9th of August, we had the first break above this area of supply. Now, why is this area of supply so important? This supply zone was instrumental in the short that we saw, the supply liquidity for the price to get down to these lows that we saw. This was created or continued, I should say, from this supply zone order block. So as soon as we see a body, or as soon as we've seen now the body close above this region and a return back to this area, the market is letting us know that supply has now become demand. And we've come back into levels of demand that we haven't seen, since this period of time. So this supply order block here played a very important role in the continuation of the long that we're seeing towards the 50 mark. Okay. Now, to mark off the market structure here, if you're not too sure about market structure, again, check out the Money Mike's channel, YouTube channel. I have a series called Why You Not Survive This Crypto Market Without This Skill in 2021. So if I start from here, here's A. Here's the swing up to what we have at B. All right. And now we're here at this point at C here. This is where we are right now. Okay. Now we had this A to B and then a C swing. And I alluded to the fact that, guys, we should be looking for a long that this pullback is a very short-term one. Reason being is because this bullish candle we had here between the A to the B swing was a very strong bullish close above several highs, including the short day or the bearish day that we had here, very strongly closed above that high, which is an indication of very strong bullish pressure. Now, when the price returned here, this was just the market order book recalibrating for the demand side of the market. And we saw straight after a very strong long. Now, in fact, I did give you guys a trade signal from this. And if I go to the H1 here, all right, I'm going to pull up the Bitcoin H1 that I gave you guys. Here we go. So if you guys were with me, I gave you a very important trade, which I believe was a very important swing that you could have used. So let's recap over this. So here was a reversal signature for the short, which was producing the larger, higher time frame B swing. When we get down to here, we see that the price got to this low over here, but the only issue that we had here, although we had a reversal signature, and I advised towards this, as you notice, we didn't get and I have to zoom in probably for you guys to see this a bit better, but just observe here very carefully what we had. The body of the candle, okay, for demand is within this range area here. So between 44,222 down to 43,923, this range here is where the liquidity for demand is. Now, why this demand zone? If you look at the price action here, that was the highest point that we had since the recovery period, and the order block of demand responsible for that move was from here. So ideally, when the price was going to reload here to fulfill orders and other things that need to be done from an order book side or level 2 data side, we would need the price to return back into here to dip in for the liquidity to go long. Now, when the price spiked here, it kissed the zone but didn't return in here. And so we didn't have the fulfillment of liquidity in this order block to actually go for a long. So as I said to you guys, even though the price was taking off, this was a deceptive move to get people to be in the wrong direction too early. So whether it's Bitcoin futures trading or just normal trading, and you can see the price slam back down, and we saw the price return again. Now, for me, this is Asia. We saw the price return back in the Asian period of time, Asian session time, back into this area of demand. Now, from this area, here we had the long. And so my entry, guys, was for you to get an entry anywhere beneath here, and stop loss just had to be beneath here. That's all. So that stop loss was more than enough for you to be able to get into this trade. And as you can see, as a result here, we've had an absolute crazy level. And you can see the confirmation of it is in these bullish candles here. Once the price returned back into here, look how strong the bullish movement was. And we've seen the price has gone all the way from 44 up to its highest point of about $50,491. So this is an absolutely crazy move. And if you caught this move, you would have made with literally a penny or 0.01 position, you would have roughly made about £600 with a stop loss of about 30. So we're looking at 1 to 20 risk to reward. Now, if you made that 0.10, you've just made 6K right there. So don't sleep on these trades when I give them to you guys. Please don't sleep on them because you're missing out on money. All right. Now, in continuance of that, if I come back to where we were on the 15-minute, where are we? So if I zoom out here, all right, I can get rid of these for the moment and get rid of these. All right, what this order book here was the second entry that I gave you guys. And all we had here was the price forming an area of accumulation to continue this bullish run. Now, it's not the strongest one, but directionally, I said to you that this accumulation here is for a continuance. So we have a redistribution of liquidity towards the upside. Now, from here, we had a very nice swing at A here formed, and now we have a B. Now, again, looking at the structure of price, we've just had a close beneath a major area of demand, which was at this 15-minute period here, and also a lower down one, which is right about here. So I'm going to put these two together for us to look at what's going on here. So looking at these two together here, the price is broken beneath to the body of the candle. If this flip of demand continues, then we do have the chance for a trade to come along. So if you're looking for a trade, guys, to catch on this major move, which I believe we're about to see again, look for the price to return back into this area, and stop losses will be beneath the wick here. Now the stop loss would be here at 48042. So I'm going to write that here. Approximately a stop loss around about this region will do you good. All right. And your entry will be anywhere within the range. So entry range. Okay. Let's put this here. Entry range. Let's put this back where it's supposed to be. So entry range is going to be right here. So here's our entry range between this white area here. And our stop loss is going to go right here. All right. We want our stop loss beneath the wick. All right. So SL is going to be, I would say 480. We can use the 480.84.34. So we can use this area right here as our stop loss range, this period right here. And our entry range will be between this period of 48,538 all the way down to 48,238, round about here. And we're looking for a buy as a continuance, and I'm expecting the price to get to at least the 54K mark. Okay, so keep your eyes peeled. This is another opportunity, guys. If you miss this one, all right, you're going to have to look for a continuation, which might be more difficult once the liquidity picks up. At the moment, we've seen this short price action, which is cool, and is a natural thing for the price to pull back. Now, why would the price pull back here? Now, let's think of it psychologically. We've just broken a psychological price barrier, which is the 50K mark. It's been around in talks with everybody. A lot of people have been talking about the 50K mark, the 50K mark. Now we've reached the 50K mark. As you can see, the price has reversed from here. All right, market algorithms are very intelligent, and they know what traders are thinking. So at this point right here, there must have been a lot of bullish intention in the price, a lot of people wanting to buy, hence why the demand zones, even on the 15-minute structure, have been broken beneath. So what does this mean? I expect the price to pull back down. Now, if you want to call it the price has tested the area, that's the normal language that most traders use, which is the price has tested the new price level, whichever you want to put it here. But really, in reality, the market knows that it wants to go long. But of course, in order for them to go long, whether it's especially on futures markets, they'll need to have a net short. So in order to do that, they need to entice short movement, which will be to pull the price back down to demand, get people thinking the price is crashing from here, which some people may believe. And then after from there, the price is going long. So I'm expecting a pullback down to 48 one more time. Anywhere within this region again is fine. Stop loss will go beneath, and then the rest is history for another long. So let's see what's going on here, and let's keep our eyes peeled for what the market is trying to do. Now, leaning off of what we have with Bitcoin here, let me quickly go over to Ethereum. So let's have a look at Ethereum, guys. Now, from where I gave you guys the price action feed, can you guys see what the price has done here? we've had a reoptimization of demand. All right, this is not a norm, but we had the area of demand here, price broke beneath, returned to it, and we've come straight back to this area here. Stop loss should have been beneath, as I said, specifically beneath the blue candle here, the supply zone. And you can see we've had a massive movement here. All right, now, where are we? So again, with Ethereum, I always said that the price reversal that was seen here, it was not going to be a reversal that was going to last for long. And the reason is because we didn't even have any order block to be able to base our short off of. On the left-hand side here, the price has finally entered into the supply zone area here. And the price may see a bit of a struggle to go long, not too much, because again, the price is still heavily bullish here. But what I want to point out to you guys is once the price breaks above this area, which is what the expectation is, all right, the price should be returning to this area. And our next target should be towards 3,904. So I'm expecting to see some movement here. Now that we've entered into this specific area, why is this area important? Well, from the 17th of May moving forward until the July, the price was heavily bearish. So this supply zone was responsible for an intermediate. I was about to call it an idiot. Is an intermediate supply zone between where the price started off from the all-time high, making its way down on this very strong short journey. So now that the price has done this, I'm going to go to the H4. You can see that the price at the moment is reacting from here. And we're seeing a little bit of break of market structure, not so large, but we have a break of market structure here of this area of price action. Now, this is expected, and it looks as though Ethereum is most likely going to do the same kind of price action movement we saw with Bitcoin just a moment ago, which is that short-term pullback. Okay, and I use the lower capitals to explain that it's short-term. If I go to where we are right now, the price is kind of spiking around here. What I would expect is if the price is going to pull back anywhere, it should return back to the demand zone created above here from when the price spiked in. So specifically this candle here. And I expect the price to return in here. If you want to take this as a trade, then entry would be here. Stop loss will be beneath the wick. All right. And then we have another pullback here. So it looks as though we are going to have another pullback here. And I would like to see how far it will go. From the normal kind of phase as to where the market is right now and the tempo of the market, I don't expect the pullback to be that strong. All right, institutional money is pouring into Ethereum as we speak at heavy levels. So I don't think that the short would be that long. I think it'll be quite temporal. And then from there, we can start to see what the price is going to do. So looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's very interesting where we are. And I expect to see the price pull back and then continue. If it continues from where it is, that's even better. But let's see what happens here, guys, with Ethereum. All right, XRP. And then we're going to move over to some other cryptos that I'm looking at here. All right, so XRP, all right, has now come to this pink line, which is what we were expecting, the price to get to this high. And now we've got here Ethereum, just like the others, we've had a bit of a pullback, but with Ripple, and this is important, I'm using a weekly here, this demand zone here really was the demand zone driving the price for this very strong long. This demand zone is first, or the closest one, and the other major one that we saw right here would be this region right here. So I'm going to put this out here. Here we go. This demand zone here. So we had the return back into this area of demand twice over, once and twice, okay? And the price has gone long from here. But this demand zone created the first spike in price where we saw Ripple get all the way to $1.96. Now we're at $1.24. But we just want to see what the price is going to do here. I said it to you guys last week. And if you're following the story of what we're looking at when it comes to price action, we're really looking for a body close above the 1.35 region or $1.35. And reason is because this demand zone at the moment is acting as supply. Now we had one spike into this region here in June, which caused the price to go short. So we had a break above for demand and then a break beneath and a return to supply. Now this 2 weeks ago, this strong increase in price from 76 cents all the way into dollar figures, is a very strong sign that the demand side of the market is increasingly, I would say exponentially getting stronger than the supply side. Now, if we have a body close on any of the week, especially above this area of demand, then we're officially definitely in the final throes of the supply liquidity holding the price from causing XRP to push forward. Now I'm going to go to the D1 here and let's have a look at the market structure. So on the D1, we're still in the same kind of similar range of price here that we were looking at from last week. We had the break above this area of supply. We had the fulfillment of efficiency of this wick here. The price did return now back here. And now we've seen the price return here. Nobody closed beneath. So supply has become demand for sure. And now the price is making its way up. The only real supply zone on the daily holding the price at the moment is this one right here, which is topping off at where the line is at 1.28919. So all we really need from Ripple from the daily structure is just kind of a break above here, which will give a better push of momentum for the price to make its way up here. And again, once we get up here, 135 will be the next target. And then from there, we're looking at 165. All right. So keep your eyes peeled on what's going on. Now, Ripple, there is news that there's going to be a conclusion to the SEC allegations of them being, instead of being a currency, they expect it to, well, the SEC think, you already know the story, guys. If you don't know the story, but the SEC think that XRP is acting outside of the rules of what crypto should be, and that because it's acting as a security instead of as a currency, which is what we all know it is, it's been under investigation. Now, Ripple has so much potential, and I want to say this for a very important reason. Why? Ripple is part of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, and we're going to look at the leaderboard in a moment. Now, Ripple being part of the top 10 cryptocurrencies that exist, okay, at the moment, it's the only crypto that I know of that hasn't gone past its all-time high. Okay, every other crypto in the top 10 has made a new all-time high since this 2021 bull cycle that we're in. Ripple's the only one that hasn't, because of the lawsuit. Has been depressed in price for a very long time. And this massive move we've seen here at $2.43 is one of the, now from here, it looks like it's only $2.43, but if I zoom out to the weekly here, you see that it's a lot higher. It's just that the price feed wasn't able to capture all of that movement, but Ripple actually went all the way to $3.30. Now, from where it is right now, it's almost about 3 times, I would say just about 3x down from the all-time high, okay, that we saw with Ripple. And I think because of the amount of pressure, okay, forming in terms of the amount of excitement, the amount of engagement, the amount of anticipation with Ripple, if the SEC lawsuit is closed and Ripple wins, this possibly could even go to like $30. Not really because of necessarily, what's the best way to put it? Not necessarily because of everything that I've just said. Okay, there are good features about XRP that help it to be what it needs to be as a currency. Okay, this is not a teaching lesson, so I'm trying to avoid going into those details. But just from a technical standpoint and looking at market sentiment, the sentiment for XRP is so high and is growing every day. And the conspiracy around XRP has grown to a point where the anticipation is just absolutely crazy. So I do think that, XRP, could go to $30, but I mean, realistically, even $10 wouldn't be a surprise to me, okay? Because it's been depressed for so long. Once it's freed, this is going to go crazy for sure. All right. So I'm keeping Ripple tightly locked in. I'm watching to see what the price does there. And I'm expecting to see, the market pick up over time. And we'll see what happens with XRP moving forward. So I'm watching here with XRP what's happening. And we'll keep our eyes peeled. For the moment, I'm not going to give out any trade just yet. I want to allow the price to have a bit more freedom, and then we can take it from there. All right, let's have a look at what's going on with the major situation here with a few cryptos. So I'm going to start off here. I'm going to switch over to the charts. All right. I'm also going to pull up coin market cap because it's going to be important for us to look at what's going on there. So I'm switching screen now. All right. First one I want to look at is Frontier. There's a great opportunity on Frontier that I've picked up on, and I want you guys to see it with me and see where we are right now and the great potential that we have for this. All right, so let's pull this up. All right. Switching screen now, guys. So let's have a look here. All right. So Frontier, guys, Frontier is in an amazing place, and we have a great opportunity. Now, if you don't know what Frontier is Frontier is a DeFi aggregating or DeFi aggregator, which means in layman's terms that it's a beautiful front end, okay, with an app and stuff like that, which allows for you to be able to access liquidity for DeFi operations and applications, okay? Now, with Frontier, why it's a special one to me and why I love the project so much is because not like some DeFi aggregators, okay, also have interruptibility, but I think Frontier is probably one of the first, literally hence the name Frontier as well. As a DeFi aggregator, which is an important part of crypto adoption. Why? Before I go into the price action, if you want to think of it this way, all right, most of us use a lot of technology that we don't understand how they work, but we use it very simply, okay? Now, for example, even with computers, which, sometimes it can be still hard if you're not adapt to computers, for most generations now, I think everybody's kind of gotten used to the computer, but the complexities of how the coding works, why, for example, TradingView has been able to show the price and show us colors and show us all of these things, we don't have the scientific knowledge for, but the front end or the user end, okay, is very easy to use compared to the complexity of the back end. So Frontier, this is what it's about. And there are many other projects like it, not as great as Frontier, but still trying to attempt to help bring crypto to the layman. And by doing this, one of the biggest things they can do is to help with DeFi. Now, DeFi or decentralized finance is, banking 2.0, okay, for many reasons, which I will do videos on. But DeFi applications from lending to borrowing, and all of these different things need liquidity. You're going to need money available. You're going to need a market with lots of liquidity so that you can buy and sell, exchange, and things like that as easy as possible. So Frontier is doing just so by being a DeFi aggregator and aggregating or pulling in liquidity from different sources on different blockchains, which is highly important to be able to serve customers worldwide and give them the best opportunity, the best price, and etc. Okay, the least slippage for them to do exchanges. So this is what Frontier is all about. Now, for me, I love Frontier as a project, and I believe it will do well. They have plenty of partnerships with different blockchains, and they still have more coming along. One of them that they're going for is Solana, which is an absolutely amazing project, which I believe we're going to see more of in the future. Okay, and they already have Polkadot on their system, Ethereum, and others. Okay, so where are we from a technical standpoint now? Literally today, guys, we're in a very important area where I believe Frontier is going to break and start to do some heavy movement. All right, now, right now, this supply zone specifically that we have is from May the 20th. Now here you can see that this area of supply is very strong. The price returned here quite a few times before ending up going down to the notorious short that we saw before the reversal period we saw around the 20th of July for some cryptos and then a few days after for a few. Now we've come back to this area here, and specifically if I count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago, okay, so, well, not 8 days ago, excuse me, 6 days ago from where we are today, we had a massive spike in an attempt for the price to get past this region here. Now, this intention of the spike here is everything we need to know that soon the price is going to start breaking. Now, when the price was bouncing here, it could have equally gone short. But this spike right here is very important information that you need to pay attention to. Why? This spike right here, okay, of the attempt of the price breaking up here means that the bullish intention has increased on this market very strongly, okay? Now, after this period of time here, 2 days after, we can see that the bodies of these bullish candles are starting to close inside of the area. And then when we see these bearish candles here, you can see that they're almost a doji, almost. If you zoom in, I'm sure there's a slight bit of body, but we're not really seeing much bearish pressure to combat this bullish movement here. Now, for that reason, I believe we're about to have a very strong break on Frontier. Now, the price that is at the moment is $1.36. Okay, so for those of you in the UK, pound USD is roughly about $1.36 or about a pound a Frontier, if you want to put it this way, for those of you in the UK. But this is the price that we're looking at right here. Now, Frontier hasn't really even begun to express what they're doing in their projects. And if I went to Frontier right now and I showed you what's going on. All right. So Frontier, let me show you where they are right now to upcoming. So Solana is what they're going for next. okay? Elrond, Polkadot, which they're almost done with Polkadot, Kusama, Starfy, Edgeware, and then Frontier Chain is coming up soon. Now, if you want to check them out, please check out where they are, okay? They already have it. You can already download, which is crazy. You can already download their service and you can start to look at what they have going on there. So I would say check it out. Definitely go for it. All right. So I'm going to show you their milestones quickly and let's get to 2021 on the roadmap. So 2021, okay, we're in Q3 right now and we're going towards Q4. All right. So Q3 is they're going to go for decentralization key management, which is an important part. And one of the greatest barriers to entry for DeFi is the fear of losing backup keys and seed phrases. So they're making a decentralization key management protocol that solves this issue. Okay, so to help with non-recoverable loss of funds, which is one of the biggest fears when it comes to blockchain, that at the moment, if you do something, you're most likely going to lose that money if it's wrong. You have to be perfect with it. All right, now Q4, which we're coming into very soon. Q4 starts in October, okay? So by October, we should be looking for on-chain governance for the Frontier. For Frontier will be, and it'll be dictated by the stakeholders. All right, which is important. Governance is always going to be an important key in this form of economy that we have with decentralization. Okay, there will be no unfair advantage given to the ecosystem, reserve, team, or token allocations, which is important, and neither acquired from secondary market or through seed, private, public, frontier rounds. Okay, so then the metrics for G front, which we'll talk about another time, will be determined as we observe front holding patterns during the year. Okay, so this is where they are right now. They're very, very close to finishing off some of the most important parts of their project. Now, once the governance comes in here, then this is where we're really going to ramp things up because we can start to, okay, have that community effect, which will definitely affect the price in the future. Now, without going too far into there, because it's not a teaching session, I want you guys to see this. So right near Frontier right now, I would say from a technical standpoint, if you really want to know and you want to be more conservative with this, which I would say is wise to do, all we need is a body close above $1.50. As soon as we get a body close above $1.50 or even $1.48 with a daily candle, this thing is about to explode. Now, where is it going to explode to, guys? I'm going to go to the weekly to show you the structure of price here. So on the weekly here, look at the structure of price here. We have an A swing here. We have the B swing. Now, this B swing, the price went all the way up to, and I'm going to put this here for you guys to see, $56. When this was listed, it went all the way up to $56. And right now we're at $1.48. So we can say roughly we're about 50 times from the all-time high. And that's just the all-time high. So right now there's a 50x opportunity with Frontier coming along, possibly, if you get in at the right point of time. But for sure, Frontier is going to do well. And I believe that once, okay, the news comes out of where we are right now, I'm going to scroll up to show you. Once we get up, when Solana, Polkadot, Elrond, and Kusama, these four especially, as soon as these chains are online, it's over, okay? It's absolutely over. So you have an opportunity, guys. Now, I know the market has been highly bullish and a lot of cryptos that possibly you hesitated to buy have done 3, 4, 5, and even 10x, okay? But I will say to you that it's not all lost yet. Frontier is a hidden gem, and I believe that this will be something you can grab right now. All right, let's look at the second one, which is Cosmos or Atom. All right, I want to show you guys this quickly. Here. So let's go. Sorry, guys, I don't know why this disconnected, but let's have a look at what's going on with Cosmos. It's not showing up right now. So let's put this here, Cosmos. All right. So Cosmos here with USDT. I already have some markings on this, guys. All right, because this is already taken off. And I expect it to continue moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to go to where we are on the weekly. The price is already taken off. We've seen Cosmos now. With Cosmos, guys, the price should be a lot further than where it is. And the reason why the price is not where it should be right now is only because of over the period of time that Cosmos has been about, there hasn't been much financial incentive for the price to, push long. All right. Now, Cosmos, for those of you who are not too familiar with this project, is to me is like the Microsoft of crypto. The reason being, or the Microsoft specifically for blockchain 2.0 or proof of stake consensus mechanism. All right. A lot of blockchains that we know today, for example, crypto.com, okay, Binance Smart Chain, many of them have used the Cosmos SDK in order to build their blockchains out. Okay, the Smart Development Kit, which is Cosmos's their kit for developing level 1 or layer 1 blockchains, all right, has many special features that allow it to be the foundation to be used. Now, the only thing is, which of course is a positive thing, depending on what side you're standing, okay, is that it is free. Okay, now if Cosmos SDK wasn't free, the price would be a lot more expensive here, because big companies like Binance, largest crypto company in the world, crypto.com, a very large company too, and other projects too, have all been using Cosmos SDK and have used it to build their own personal public blockchains. All right, so it's a very fantastic project. Now, coming into where we are right now, I know a lot of people are distracted by the crash, but Cosmos has still been working. If you do follow Cosmos by email, they've been doing a lot of stuff. Now, Cosmos has recently opened up their DEX, okay, or decentralized exchange. What does that mean for us when it comes to the price? So with Cosmos, now that the price, okay, is starting to rally up, I do think that we should see a continue of this rally as the demand for Cosmos increases. At the moment, the only use for Cosmos pre-crash, the only real use for Cosmos really was for exchange of value. There wasn't really much more you could do with Cosmos. Okay. I guess that now we have staking coming along now, and we also have the decentralized exchange. The demand for the Cosmos token is going to increase. All right. Now, when the demand increases for a crypto, the price will go up. And because it's going to be on the decentralized exchange, which is what we're moving to in this next phase of financial markets, I expect the Cosmos token to be definitely appreciating in price over time. Okay. Now, this Cosmos DEX has a lot of amazing things. I believe there's also Cosmos staking that can be done as well. It's already staking, but I think they're widening the horizons of their staking. Now, staking, of course, is going to be price positive because it's going to reduce the supply and allow for Cosmos's price to appreciate. So in terms of technicals, there's two areas right now. The price is caught in a very specific area of supply here. And when I gave a shout about Cosmos, it was around the same price. It actually got all the way back down to $7.76 on my charts anyway, which is amazing to see. The price has done about 3x from where the price has got to, and now we're seeing a bit of a sell-off. Now, if this sell-off continues, the next supply zone which the price successfully broke past was in May also, and I expect it to get between anywhere from $16.72 all the way down possibly to $13. And on this next point would be a very good price to buy. For me, I'm looking around about $15.90. Yeah, $15.90. And then we can see a continuation long. Now, if the price breaks above this area, then we should be looking to buy now. But it is a great opportunity we have. I believe once the price starts to break past here, then we're going to really see some important rallies that need to take place on this. All right. Now, Cosmos is, to me, is a sleeping giant. And I'm going to just show you something here. Cosmos DEX. All right. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with Cosmos at the moment. So if I go to Cosmos DEX right here. All right. Now, if you want to check this out, if you're a developer or somebody that's into coding, definitely check out the Cosmos SDK, because you can build as again layer 1 technology, and you can also build layer 2. Okay. And there's other things that Cosmos can do, but I don't have the time to go through that all. But I just want to show you this area right here. So the Gravity DEX is in the beta formation right now, or the beta form. All right. The alpha is the alpha testing has been done. Okay. Beta is now where we are. Once everything has gone to where it needs to be, I believe the price is going to definitely get to at least $100. I'm looking for at least a 5x on this for sure. All right. Now, the Gravity DEX has a lot of things that are important and a lot of bridges that they're creating as well. So if you want to have a look, you can do. I'm trying to find where it is, but it's not showing up here, but it's okay anyway. We're on the technicals at the moment. I'll come back to it later on in later videos. But Cosmos is my second play that we have a great opportunity between this range of now to buy all the way back down to $14. Anywhere within this range, dollar cost average, and calculate, guys, and get you some Cosmos. Again, this is what I will do. It's not financial advice. So at the end of the day, please seek on that financial advisor before you make your final decisions. All right, let's go to ADA now. So I'm going to put Cardano up here, go to crypto. I'm going to use Cardano on Binance. I would say, guys, if you're doing analysis as well for yourself, many of you do use TradingView. All right, if you're using something like, or you're analyzing something like Cardano, I personally like to use blockchain, crypto exchanges that have been listing Cardano for quite a while before it became really popular, because then you have a wider price feed that you can use. Okay, this is why I prefer personally to do so. Now, where are we now? We've made a new all-time high again so far, and I do think that we're going to get to $3, possibly even by the end of the day. All right, so here's the current all-time high. We can see the accumulation here of the price, and the price is broken past it. Now, to the left of us, because we're in price discovery mode, there isn't any more supply or demand zones. There's no order blocks that we could use to be able to understand what the price is trying to do. Now, the potential pullbacks, okay, for Cardano, which I believe will be the last, we haven't had a return back here, which I do believe we're going to get, which is at $2.24. And also there's another one here, which the price could get to, which is all the way back beneath $2. Now, we still have some, now, if you don't know, we have the stablecoin announcement and also the smart contracts development, you know, really coming to an amazing place with Cardano. And I'm watching to see how the price is going to maneuver. But what I would say to you, I'm going to use the hourly, and then, well, I'll use the H4 first. On the H4 here, guys, these bullish runs that we're seeing in the market are supported. So the first one here, we had an accumulation here and a range before the price took off. And now we've had another one form. So I'll put the first one here, second one right here, and when the third one right now. In this third phase, I believe that the price could use this definitely to go to the $3 mark. And because the $3 mark is a psychological level that everybody's talking about, I want you to understand the mind of how the market behaves. Once it gets there, there will be some people who sell off and think that that is going to be, you know, a good place to start taking some profit from. All right. So at the $3 mark, I expect the price to reverse. Now, what do we look out for Cardano? Because we're in a very interesting place. The price could just continue rallying and not stop. But at least if the price breaks back beneath this area, you can start to look for rebuys back at these areas right here. All right. These are the rebuy areas that I'm looking for. There are quite a few. All right. There are lower down ones, which are at $1.58. But for that to happen, there'll need to be some sort of strong pullback on Bitcoin too, which will give it a market effect of pushing the price down. But this is where we are, guys. There are rebuy areas all dotted across here. So I would say in terms of opportunity, the opportunity is massive right now. Okay. But in terms of waiting, I'll be really honest with you guys. Anything can happen with Cardano. It could spike to $10. Who knows? In the next couple of weeks. So I wouldn't say to wait, but I would say simply to dollar cost average. So here are my markings out, guys. There'll be more information coming up very soon on Cardano as the price develops. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Everybody take care.